What is up, guys? Wanted to come to you with another game, this time on Lakeville, but again driving the BZ-176 since I've been playing that for Marks lately. So we're sitting in a tier 9 matchup. Enemy team has a couple tortoises. Queens of Pens are in a object 283 for the tier 9s and kind of an assortment of tier 8s. Looks like they also have their Char MLE as well, so we'll kind of see how this one plays out. So when I'm driving my BZ on Lakeville, I'm definitely going for the valley fight, just because especially on this side there's some great hold on positions, and also it's very difficult for the enemy team to push or pressure us, which just gives me a lot of time to control the pace of the fight and just to land those 800 alpha damage shots. And so I'm gonna roll up. I'm gonna take that first position on the left. We see there's an FB 4202 kind of caught out of position, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push over here just a little bit and land a shot into his lower plate. Very nice. And I'm gonna pull back while I reload. So not sure why he was pushing forward. Maybe he had the space to kind of try to get a shot back into me after taking one from me before. So their BZ lands a shot. I don't quite hit his lower plate there, unfortunately, but again, plenty of time. So I'm just gonna be patient and see what I can make of the situation. So looking back at my support there, got a T26 E5 T34 and Conway, as well as a T28 prototype working his way up, and not sure why the enemy BZ is pushing in front of me with his side like that, but he did, and I definitely want to punish that play with a nice 850 damage shot. Just kind of try to wiggle, make any shots into the top of my tank difficult, since he did have AP loaded, and unfortunately I kind of drove a little bit too far forward and was not able to have the gun depression to hit him in the side on that second shot. So now, since I have my T26 E5 up here with me, it's going to allow me to start working this upper position. Nice shot into the Skoda's lower plate. It's kind of a low roll, but RNG gives and RNG takes. Alright, so because the BZ is pushing forward, I'm going to pull back into this lower section, kind of wait for myself to reload. Thankfully my ally tracked him, and going to finish him right there. Very nice. Already up to just under 3,000 damage. Alright, so next what I want to do is I want to push up and try to take care of that Skoda, since he is low on health. There, Emil just fired, so he should be reloading, and I should be able to work this upper section without fear of him getting me in the side for the next little while. And a tortoise also just appeared, so because he's low on health, I'm actually going to shoot into his upper plate and just take most of his health, and then try to just get him down with one more shot. Emil shows back up, makes me have to retreat. My T26 E5 just starts drifting around and unfortunately gets killed because of it. And then I'm going to send a 939 damage shot into the side of the Emil. So lots of action right now. I'm going to go ahead and pause real quick. So what's going through my head in this match, while I'm fighting these enemies, I'm pretty much the only one, minus the T26 E5, who's at the front. I do have plenty of support back here with the T34, T28, and Conway. But again, so I guess them being behind me definitely allows me to take my time against the enemies. But I have to be careful, since again I'm the only one on this front line here. So I'm working between this lower section here and the upper section, just making sure to not get caught out against the enemies. So I'm gonna continue here. And what I'm thinking now is I need to take somebody out of the match, right? So I've got a couple of them low. I need to finish somebody off. So I go for the Skoda. He sits up in front of me, lets me shoot another one into his upper hole, and lets me finish him off. And with the Kunze Panzer sitting up there, I definitely want to almost flips himself, but I was gonna try to go for him, but now that the tortoise is taking the upper section, so I'm gonna have to stay a little bit low and try not to get caught out. Now with that shot, what I was thinking is that I would just start whittling him down, and but I didn't expect the Kunze Panzer to kind of flank me and put a couple shots in. Thankfully only the one hit. I was a little lucky there. And now I'm just trying to poke out and see if I can get any free damage while I kind of reassess where they're sitting, try to track the tortoise. Hopefully my Conway or T-28 can get some damage in while he's stationary, but unfortunately that did not happen. And right now, since I'm a little bit less than half health and I'm sitting in a half decent position, I'm gonna just try to poke out. I want to try to catch someone out of position without being too aggressive on that upper section, but you know, I just got to be patient and just watch this Kunze Panzer, because he is probably the most dangerous person since my allies have the tortoise locked down a good bit. He's pushing up. Definitely want to try to take him out of the game. Unfortunately, low rolled. If I'd have been a little bit luckier, he would have been taken out of the game, and I would not have taken that shot there. So now, because I'm a one-shot to the tortoise and the Kunze Panzer, I have to be a little bit more careful. And I try to use that T-26C5 as cover. What I'm doing now is just checking to see if I have an angle to hit the Kunze Panzer. And a little bit luckily, didn't get penetrated by the tortoise, but also that was a pretty tough angle for him to hit. And now what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to snipe his cupola from this lower portion. Good shot there. Just get a little unlucky with how it rolled. No penetration, but what I do know is that I can hit that shot, so I'm just going to reload and try to hit that one again. Reloading now, looking for the cupola, just trying to find it. Aim the shot. Perfect hit. And the tortoise is now 781 hit points less. So tortoise backs off, and what I want to do is I want to actually start putting the pressure on. And what I try to do here is I try to shoot the Kunze Panzer, but unfortunately he is able to block that one with the screen and I get taken out of the game. So kind of unfortunate, but you know, 5,900 damage in a BZ is not bad at all. Definitely great on the credits, and you know, you win some, you lose some. So luckily my allies are able to pull the win off. They clean up the tank destroyers down here, and so we'll kind of let that happen in the background. I do want to take a second to kind of review this section of the map. So for starters, you always want to start at this kind of midsection, so for the lower portion, kind of peek around the rock to see if anybody is crossing towards the east. So if they are, you can usually get a shot or two into them. And also you can maybe get a shot at some tank destroyers that are sitting back there. And then after that, you want to kind of push up on this ridge and start shooting down onto the enemies as much as you can while being careful of the tank destroyers. And of course, if the enemy starts pushing, you can always fall back to this little divot here, like I was doing in the match. And of course, if you're getting a very strong push, you can always push back behind this rock. And again, you got multiple hold down positions, so defending on the side is very easy to do. It's a great opportunity to rack up the damage. and, you know, see what you can make of it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this match. 5.9 thousand damage, 990 assistance, and yeah, so if you enjoyed this replay, definitely like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.